It is a Nintendo Powercast, episode 369. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Nice indeed. Nice indeed. So, hey, I hear that was Johnny right there. What's up?
Live from my mom's basement.
It's Saturday night. Crawler, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
And Cheesy.
What's going on, cheese curds? It's NPC time. I'm excited.
It is NPC time. We are all in the most positive moods ever. I hope you guys are ready. We're going to talk about the reviews of Mario Striker Battle League. We're also going to talk about
They're not bad.
Wow. Already.
They're not bad.
It's already happening. Okay. And then we're also going to talk about Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which the demo is out now and it carries over. The first thing we're going to talk about is trying to pre-order the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 stuff. But before we do, make sure you're signed up for the N64 Josh's monthly smash at n64josh.com/smash. The other thing is, this is kind of exciting. I woke up Monday morning and got let go from my job. It's okay. Good things are on the horizon. We are launching a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/n64josh. Okay. We're going to get the Patreon going again. We're going to see how far we can take this thing. All right. So jump on over to that. There's going to be a ton more shows coming out. I'm talking daily episodes of NPC, which you'll be able to find on YouTube and right here on the in the audio form, if that's how you're listening. And don't forget, if you're on Spotify, you can watch the video. Okay, so that's all happening. Now, let's talk about the exciting stuff, Crawler. How much did you enjoy trying to pre-order Xenoblade Chronicles 3 today, limited edition?
Yeah, that was
Could anybody in the world?
I don't think anybody did. No, I don't. I mean,
well, let me check
not that
eBay.
I'm
They're
aware.
probably selling it.
I wouldn't believe it.
$1,000.
But yeah, Nintendo, I guess, didn't know how to anticipate how popular it was going to be, or didn't beef up the servers before they tried to be the only seller selling a game, a special edition game that's the third of its series, and it crashed everything. Everyone got put into a red webpage queue that was just, you were told not to leave, not to move, and then eventually, an hour later, it shut down everything. And then the website with that one was down for 4 hours.
Oh,
they came back with a tweet later on that said, "We'll have another date and time later for you." I mean, they tweeted yesterday that said it was going to come out today, but they didn't have a time, so everyone was kind of just waiting, and it was executed poorly. They need to have double
on
off
eBay that there are confirmed pre-orders. So if you got a spare $400.
So scalpers got it.
Jeez.
Awesome.
And what's the other caveat to that? They're gonna ship the game in July, but the rest of the stuff is gonna come later.
No, I don't think the game's
that's probably due to the fact that they moved up the game. Probably.
Doesn't it come with a steelbook?
Yeah, but I don't know if you're getting that right off the bat.
So you're gonna get. That would be weird if they ship the game and then the collector's edition. Well, I read that as you get the standard edition. Like if you pre-order the standard edition, you get that in July. But if you get the collector's edition, you won't get it until fall.
Oh, I don't know.
It makes you wonder why this game. Why is this being done for the first time on the Switch in the Switch era. I mean, like, they didn't do this with Metroid Dread. So what was the point? I mean, like, Johnny, I think you said it.
Nintendo greed. I mean,
there was a special edition for Dread, but it wasn't through the My Nintendo store.
Because they
I think it was
money
to
when
prevent
third-party retailers have to do it.
Yeah.
Get to do it.
I mean, Johnny had a good point that it could have been really good. I mean, like, if everything went smoothly, then you're in the Nintendo store. Maybe you check out some other things while you're there too.
I would to. What's the timestamp? 5 minutes 50 seconds. Cheesy said I had a good point. But no, I agree. I mean, I think the idea is solid. You just have to execute it. It's to prevent scalping. You could only order these things if you have a My Nintendo account, right? Do you have to be an online member? But I guess you can make accounts, right? Like, there's no. Like, it wasn't for Nintendo Switch Online members. It was just for My Nintendo members, right?
Correct. Yeah. Which, like, it was so bizarre because I'm like, okay, I'm seeing it in my cart. So I go to my cart. Then it says your items have been merged. I'm like, well, I'm just going to try to complete the checkout process. Did not have any of my information. Like, it didn't have my address. I had to sign in. Then it would sign me back out. Like, it was a complete mess. And this is like, I have a handful of Switch special editions, but Xenoblade is definitely one that I want in my collection. Like, I opened two. I have the Steelbook sitting right here. I don't think one had a Steelbook, did it?
Yeah, it did.
Did it? Oh, I may have to open mine then, because I haven't opened it. It's just sitting. So, but yeah. So I'm really, really hoping to get my hands on this thing. But there we go. There's the 2 looks beautiful. I love it.
Is that sealed?
I love it.
No.
So Crawler and I did a little mini episode yesterday talking about our experience with Strikers, and because we got to play together, but we got to hear, and we'll get into it as well. But, like, there's reviews that are out, and a lot of the stuff that we were talking about and kind of worried about seems to be coming to fruition, that the game feels like it's lacking content. Take it away, Johnny.
So I played the what's it called? First Kick?
Yeah.
Played a little bit of the First Kick. And I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun. I don't like how they did it. They forced you to team up with somebody. That got a little confusing with, like, changing characters and trying to coordinate anything. It'd probably be more fun if you had 4 players that were communicating, or just playing by yourself. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't know if that's like the default battle or default match. But I couldn't remember the controls. I was just passing and shooting the whole time. I tackled, but I didn't remember to dodge or do more of the complicated stuff. I do think the hyper strikes are too hard to pull off, and they're too easy to stop. So, like, they feel kind of pointless. Like, I couldn't pull any off, and when I did, or like when somebody did, it was easily blocked. They didn't let you use the gear, so I don't really know how the gear is going to work out. But according to the reviews, it looks like the gear doesn't really matter that much. Like, it just tweaks a stat or two. One goes up, one goes down, that makes sense. I'm just gonna put everything to one stat. Like, I'm gonna make a super fast Toad or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to max points on that. But I mean, I think it's fun to play. It's definitely fun to play. I don't know how long I'm gonna play.
I mean, that's what we're worried about, right?
Yeah. I mean, God, I hate saying it, but I actually agree with Johnny on everything. Like I hate
Yes.
I hate don't get used to it. This is just a one-time thing. Yeah, I hate the way that this demo was set up. It got really confusing. And I do think that we talked about it a little bit last week that the controls are probably going to turn a lot of people off. It gets really complicated. I kind of got into it though, pretty much as the demo was ending. I started to understand maybe how to dash a little better and when are the good times to set up moves and not like give away what it is that you're about to do. I think it's fun. It's just sad that it doesn't really have a gimmick, and maybe that's something that they'll add later.
Yeah, I think the gear is going to be the gimmick, but they didn't let us utilize the gear.
Yeah, I guess so. In just previous Striker games, I think it was Strikers Charged, you had your main character that was able to do something special than all the other characters. So like Mario, he became big. You know, that was like his special thing. And I just don't feel like we have that. And with the fields, like they're cool. The way that they kind of mash up, you don't really get to see a lot of this stadium, but the music is interesting. I don't know if you guys were listening to the music, but depending on the field, it will kind of mash up like the different songs.
Apparently, there's a lot of customization options for the fields. Like I was watching some reviews, and like you could customize the goals, the stands, like the backdrop.
Oh, so they didn't show off any of that in the demo then?
Yeah, they didn't show you couldn't do any of that in the demo, and I think I don't know if it's only for the clubs. That part was a little confusing in the reviews, but yeah, that does look like that's going to be a customization option. So that might add some depth. And then unlocking all the gear and stuff will add some more.
I mean, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I can see myself playing it, but like Johnny said, for how long? How long are we going to be playing Strikers? Is it going to live on? I mean, I know that there are people that are still playing Aces and Super Rush, but not.
There's people that are still playing this game on GameCube. I mean,
yeah.
And that was apparent. I think that they were probably been playing this game since GameCube when we jumped into.
You had some sweats. I'm a little worried about the sweats.
We won this first game, but this
is actually Cheesy and I.
Okay. I was gonna say
I do believe the animations are really good.
Oh yeah, top notch.
So, here's from Crimpus in chat. It says, me and my brother have enjoyed this a lot. We've been waiting for this for the last 14 years. So I love it. Guys, I think the most fun that we are going to have is when the four of us are playing this together, when we're playing with four other people. And
is 8-person online available or no?
I think you could play with 4.
I think it was 4 online, 8 offline.
Okay.
I think is what the original commercial or the original like direct or whatever said. So we are going to, this is going to be a Halo Infinite scenario where like we're probably not going to pick this game up and play solo all that much, but if we make a point to play it together, and I think if the four of us all have our own clubs, that might also prolong the life of the game, right? But I guarantee when the four of us get together and play this game, it's going to be nothing but laughs for days and probably swearing. I don't know. Maybe we do an exclusive Patreon with off the rails, like not family friendly games of Strikers, and see what comes of it, because I know we're gonna have a good time playing it that way. I don't know how much fun we're gonna have jumping in. Let me ask this question. We've kind of talked about this at length about battle passes and everything like that, but if there was even just more stuff to unlock, and do we know? Did they say if there's any characters that are unlockable in the reviews?
No, I think it's
if it's there, then it's probably under NDA or something like that. Or
I think they would have been able to say that. That would be a weird thing to not be able to say. But I mean, every single one of them said 10 characters, and that they were disappointed that there aren't more. So
if there's not any kind of a carrot, like where at least like, if I was unlocking something, it's going to be pretty hard. Like the gameplay alone and just it being fun, probably not gonna keep you going. Right, Cheesy?
Yeah, I mean, I can see them adding characters. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I mean, they did for tennis. They did for tennis. They did for golf.
They confirmed that they're adding.
Well, they confirmed that there will be updated content, but they didn't say that there will be.
It said characters. It said characters.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It said including new characters.
But is that enough? Just drip feeding something that should, I mean, I don't want to say this, but already be in the game?
Yeah, I mean, it is.
I mean, that's how. Look at that shot. Who was that? Was that the other team?
Our goalie got beat by half, like midfield shots, like all day. It was weird. Boom Boom is not the best goalkeeper.
Yeah, bring back the Kremlin.
I wish you could. I don't know. I would say I wish you could control the goalie, but I don't know if I probably would be worse than the AI goalie.
Yeah, I mean, you could in strikers, and it took up time, and like when there was a hyper strike, you could like control the hands and try to deflect
that was the motion
ball.
Control gimmick, which was annoying.
I mean, I used to do it when you hit the hyper strike, or when somebody hits the hyper strike in this one, you have to mash a button real quick in order to stop it. I don't know. I think I'm more excited for this game than I was last week.
You're more excited?
Yeah, I'm more excited just because it's fun. It's fun to play, and watching the reviews, a lot of them were saying it's fun to play. Mechanics are solid, but it's lacking content. Which, I mean, that's what I figured going into it. But they did show the gear. The gear looked pretty cool. It doesn't really affect gameplay that much until people find some weird meta that we're going to be.
I'm sure there will be a meta.
Tron helmets and. But it looks like there's space for more gear because they've only shown like 4 pieces of gear.
I wonder if there's going to be an online lobby though that you can join where there's parameters set that it's a no gear lobby, or because you have the option. We had the option in the demo here to select gear or no gear. We didn't have any gear to select, but I wonder if that'll be a parameter that you can set so you guarantee that you aren't going against somebody with decked out gear or something like that.
I think it's going to be like Splatoon, where you don't notice a massive difference.
At least you don't have to roll for hours.
Oh, roll for gear
to get perfect gear.
Yeah.
Nobody in this demo would let me see like the full animation. I wanted like it's. Everyone was stressed for time. They were stressed for time with an hour to play, so everyone just skipped the cinematics, which look amazing in this game, and I wanted to see, and I wanted to get it for B-roll, and nobody would let it play.
Somebody said that in one of the reviews, saying that nobody watches the intros.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm picking it up. I'll pick it up on Friday, and I'll play it. I hopefully like single play, like the single player mode is
only cups. It's only cups.
Only cups. I mean, but we've found enough to do with Mario Kart. So, and that's what this game was on Wii as well with just the cups.
Metacritic has this game sitting at a 75 right now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of 8s. I saw a 1.9.
8s aren't bad though.
No, they're not.
Nintendo Life gave it a 90.
Good. Yeah, that's the one.
Of course.
That's the one I saw. If anything has Nintendo in its name, you're gonna get a biased review, which is fine.
IGN gave it an 8.
Game Explain said they were mixed on it, and I was kind of surprised about that.
Game Informer 75 or 7.5. Sorry, you know how Metacritic is; it's all by hundreds. So,
multiply by,
divided by whatever they're
do math. Do math.
Yeah.
I do wish that there was. I wish there was button mapping, and that you can change the controls and like the settings, because I kept
shooting when he was trying to pass to me, and I was like, pass it.
Like, okay, I think everyone can agree that B should be shoot and not pass.
No.
Really?
A is more comfortable.
To shoot?
To shoot, yeah.
I don't know about that.
So here we go. Here's from comicbook.com. Gave it a 6 or a 60 out of 100. It says, ultimately, Mario Strikers Battle League reminded me a bit of last year's Mario Golf Super Rush. Both games offer a fun core gameplay experience, but are ultimately very thin in terms of content, which hinders their replayability. If you don't have a dedicated group who wants to play Battle League on the regular, the game could end up collecting dust on the shelf. Next Level Games has promised additional roster updates and other content releases after release, so hopefully the game grows into a more robust experience after a few months. I do have a concern.
I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over these very lackluster in content games with updates, weeks and months after release. It's just like I don't know. It feels like a slap in the face.
There's gonna come a point where, like we've talked about, the fan base is going to start.
The good faith runs out.
Like especially when the company's as healthy as it is, it should be going above and beyond to those of us that have been making it healthy, right? Instead of the opposite and putting out these thin games. What does a game like this need? I don't know. Does it need an RPG element where you could create a me and have it level up as you played against other teams and then eventually get to take that me online? Maybe.
I don't even know like what a single player campaign would look like for this game.
I think like ideally it just needs new ideas. Everything feels like it's already been done before. Like the animation obviously is new and that's where they spent most of their time. But like even the items are a little weak. We got the banana, the green shell, the red shell, a bomb and a star. Like those are fine. They do add a lot of chaos, which makes makes the game fun. But why not add some new items in there? Just I don't know. It feels
a fire flower, or I mean, there could be more.
Apparently, there's less items in this game. Than
what they should do is like the cherry item, and then there's like 2 of you at one time for a little bit of a little time.
Little extra chaos, but you can just pass back and forth really quick between the two of them.
And one of the clones is super weak, so you like one slide tackle takes them out or something like that, or
yeah. I guess I
think the Wii version had a specific item for each character. Like the captains had a special item.
Yeah.
Well, and because this is a mashup of 4 like primary characters on a team, whereas the Wii version was a captain with toads, right? Or what did you have on your team? I don't even know what you had on your team.
You could have toads. You could have Koopas.
Was it like
Shy Guys,
Fire Bros, or Birdos? Okay,
yeah.
Or
so
Hammer
you had
Bros.
You had three generics with you, and then your captain was like
But
I don't know.
I like this though. I like it being all 4 heroes. But I mean, just as like, we were asking about what could a single player experience be? I mean, man, could you imagine if we could go between galaxies playing different, like with like where they kind of tie it into Mario Galaxy, and like maybe Rosalina sends us off in an adventure to play. I mean, we could play all the Koopa kids for that matter. Like having to
there's
play
like a road
them.
to the show mode. I'm thinking of the other
exactly. No, exactly.
The other
that's exactly right.
Other sports games. There's Road to the Show, like in MLB The Show.
Can you imagine a soccer arena on a planetoid where you get to run around it?
Oh, it'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And
there's only one pitch. That's
single player could be mini games like that, Crawler, where you are running around the planet or things like that. So it looks like we're getting rated over on Twitch. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. But then, just like you had to use that special, you had to go and fight Waluigi and Wario for that special racket in Aces. You just get, as you beat each Koopa kid, you get a new piece of gear that could also unlock for multiplayer. Right. So, I mean, I don't know that it would be that difficult.
And an arena to play in, and a
challenges would be like you mentioned challenges. Challenges would be fun, like little mini games that you could, I don't know, shoot in specific areas of the goal,
or bring out to where like you have like 100 Goombas that you have to kick the ball through, like almost like bowling or something. Like I there's so much they could do. There really is so much they could do. And so I mean,
that might be coming, because even like Super Rush, they added no, they didn't add a new mode. They had the battle golf, right? I think that was in the actual game, but they added a whole new arena for it. So maybe we will see, a different pitches or fields, and challenge mode, mini games. I wish they would. They say that they have these content updates, but they don't tell us what they are. They only tell us that we'll get
it's coming,
more characters. It's coming. Like maybe so. We haven't a direct hasn't been announced yet for next week, but maybe they show some strikers content that's coming down the pipeline.
Which is the only way that it makes the like recent release or soon to be released game when they do that in June relevant, is because they're showing off something new or unique that they haven't announced yet for that game. And it's also makes it promotional type airtime for them to have a game that they just came out that they want to sell.
There is so much going on.
It's chaotic, and we talked about it a little bit. Like they it's required that it's 2v2, so there's no solo 1v1 where you get to control all the characters.
In the demo.
It's a little in the demo. Yeah, in the demo. That we're talking about just from this last weekend. But like, I get that they're keeping the UI kind of clean with just the numbers, but like a lot of people didn't know.
Oh, I was so confused.
Who they were, where they were, what they were doing.
And I feel like switching characters was hard. Like it didn't switch to the one that I wanted to switch to.
Were you playing on manual or auto?
Oh, is that what that meant?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I was doing manual.
Okay.
Hey, we finished our first game, and I asked Crawler, were we on the same team?
He's like, did we win? Were we on the same team?
I was wondering what manual versus auto was. I didn't know. I honestly had no idea. But
if you have it on auto and you pass to a player that's not controlled by your teammate, it would automatically switch it to you. So you would pass to yourself. I should have had it on
that. That seems better.
Yeah, that's how I ended up playing it most
I
of the
had
time.
it on auto the whole time too. But what I would do is not look at the right character and run myself into the back of the arena, not even helping Crawler at all.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Did anybody get a hyper strike off?
Yeah, I got a few.
Yeah, I got some too.
We had them. They did them against us with and one of them hit all 4 points from it. I was like, well, that's embarrassing.
I think in short, this game is going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. It's going to be fun, and a lot of people will be online. We'll all be talking about it for maybe a month, and then after that, like, people will still be playing it, but the hype will die down because who knows when Nintendo is going to update this game.
And we have Splatoon coming out in September.
In September, yeah.
Right. But what's great is that we have these games because, I mean, not too long ago, I set up my Wii and played. Because I have the games still relatively close to me: Super Mario Strikers, Sluggers, Tennis, and Toadstools Tour. We just did a Mario Sports Night. I had my aunt and uncle over, and we plugged in GameCube controllers, got the Wavebird out, and we just played the sports games. And so, having something like that, having this library grow, for me is fantastic. It's still a great party game, right? And that's where Nintendo Sports is or Switch Sports, I think is what everybody calls it, right?
That's what it's called.
Well, Nintendo Switch Sports. Nintendo Switch Sports, right? Isn't that what it is? Or is it just
what it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jesus, you have like 1,000 hours in it. How do you pronounce it?
Nintendo Switch Sports Soccer.
Right, just the one game. Just the one.
Oh yeah, the nice NSSS.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I mean that's it. I mean it's still going to be a fun party game, right?
Yeah.
Like I know that those of us that are like pretty much just used to playing online stuff, it's probably not going to last super long. But like Chrome and chat, waiting 14 years, and so that's I'm really excited, especially for people like that. Like, I'm relatively new to the Strikers. Like, it wasn't a game I played up until like 2 years ago for the first time, and I couldn't believe how much fun it was, and had to get it in my collection immediately. And so, and even wanted this before Sluggers, right? And there's a ton of good with this game. Like, there's a ton of good. It's a sign of the times and the way gaming
Nintendo hasn't quite adapted to it.
The thing that annoys me is I thought Camelot was the reason why the content was so light on Striker or on Aces and Super Rush, but it must be a Nintendo decision.
Or it's a dev cycle.
Devs,
yeah, I mean, and it's not necessarily Camelot, because you look at Broken Record, you look at World Tour on 3DS, and it's content heavy. Like, they know how to make a game with content, like challenges and stuff to do. And
I think it's Nintendo telling them
asynchronous challenge, maybe. I mean, or they're rushing them to put out something. But like Josh said, the dev cycle might just be crazy rushed.
Well,
I don't know.
How long is this has been? Well, Next Level hasn't been making anything for like 3 years, 4 years.
2019 was Luigi's Mansion 3.
Okay, so 3 years.
That's still, I mean,
that's not that long for a game.
It's not, and especially during what happened during 2019.
Yeah,
that cuts into the time of everything, and not for 1 second do I want to ever hear about devs crunching again, because that's just nonsense and not worth it. So, like, and here, Servant right here makes a great Point is the issue is that there is a lot of people who would want the game to come out and get updates rather than have a delay, and that's true.
And they just don't announce it until it's ready.
And that's the other
I think
side of that.
Games should have a 3-month hype cycle, because wanting something to come out.
This does have a 3-month hype cycle, right? We saw it in February.
But the other thing is this game ultimately worth the $60, or are we paying for the brand at this point?
Oh, you're absolutely paying for the brand when it comes to
you're paying for
sports titles.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, all the other sports titles like Madden, FIFA, MLB The Show, they have more content than this. Even though they come out every year, they have a lot more content. Actually, they have a plethora of single player modes, and then they also have the online modes. They have ranking systems. They have everything. For this to just pretty much rely on online play, that who knows if it's even gonna matter if you play? You're not unlocking anything.
Well, we don't necessarily know that, because there's coins.
You get 2 coins per match, and at least that's what it looked like in the review. And the single player mode, the cups, you have
the
more
gear's
coins,
expensive then, because I think the gear's 100 coins.
Yeah,
so there's got to be ways to earn more money then.
Yeah, it looked like the cups are the way you earn more money.
Okay.
To get more gear.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is going to outsell both. I'm gonna even say this: Strikers will sell more than Aces and Super Rush combined.
I
what
smell
are the numbers
a bet
on those two right now?
I don't think it will.
The only reason I say this is because
he's gonna sell 8 million copies.
Do you know how many copies FIFA sells? How popular soccer is? It's big.
That's fair.
And it's big worldwide.
That's simulation soccer.
There's a
this
100
weird
there's over 100 million Switches in the wild right now, and soccer is still one of the most popular sports out there. So, I don't know that this game would reach top 10 status, but I'm saying it will sell more than both those two sports titles combined. So
they don't have to sell much. They have to sell more than 4.5 million. Golf sold.
I think I still take that bet. I think I still take that bet.
Golf sold 1.3.
I'll take the over. I'll take the under. I'll take the under.
It's a little old. I mean, August 5th, 1.34 million units sold of golf, and then this is, I don't know what the date is on Aces, but I'm seeing 3 million copies. So yeah, not a lot.
I think
in terms of Nintendo with IP with Mario attached to it, I mean,
the lack of any other major releases right now.
That's 3 million copies by the end of 2019. So Aces might have sold a little bit more by then.
I don't know. We got a bunch of stuff coming out for Nintendo in the next couple months. We have Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. We have Xenoblade 3. We have Splatoon 3.
I'm just saying right now, there's not a lot. It's not like Elden Ring just got released and is going to overshadow this, right? Like, I think there's potential here for this game to sell really, really big numbers. I think because you got to remember too, the last Strikers game was on the Wii, and that the kids that grew up with the Wii have a serious nostalgia pull for games on the Wii. And I mean, we could check. Let's check right now. What did Strikers do? What did Strikers do on the Wii? Because that was a way healthier system than the GameCube was, right?
I mean, how do you think it's going to perform for people that have never played a Strikers game? Do you think that they're going to be into this? Do you think they're going to think it's boring? Or like what? I don't know. I mean, like it's chaotic. I don't think that it's boring, but for somebody that has never played a Strikers game before, is this going to satisfy them?
I think one of the questions is, Crawler, are you going to play this with your kid?
Josh, you might want to rethink your bet. 1.77. Yeah,
1.77
million copies.
I see 2.6.
Well, still, it says as of March 31st, 2008, 1.77 million have been sold worldwide.
How are our numbers so far off?
Because Nintendo doesn't give numbers with.
Well, I see a 2.6 here as well from VG sales.
We'll see. I mean, I'll be fine if I'm wrong, but I'm still banking. I mean,
it's going to get a Switch boost too. I mean, a little bit.
Meaning?
I mean, games sell well on the Switch.
Right.
How long is that going to last?
Well, the goodwill, like we just talked about, the goodwill might be drying up a little bit.
Potentially. We'll see.
The fact that we're coming up on, this is the third sports title, and how many people are skeptical about it. Like we're all hesitant. We're all going to get it. The demo, I don't know if this was the best showcase of it this weekend, because first off, I don't think they did a great job advertising the hour-long windows, which I get is good for stress testing, but is frustrating for people that have stuff to do on the weekends or other things.
I really love playing at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
You got 7?
That's at least attainable.
I got 4 a.m.
4 a.m. or 5 a.m. for us over here. So I mean, I played in 2 windows. I played on
Saturday and Sunday.
No, I think I just did both on Saturday. I think I did Saturday afternoon. I think I missed the Friday night window because I forgot about it.
Yeah, because you didn't do Sunday, right?
I didn't do Sunday because I was busy.
Yeah, so then we did the Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and then forcing you to you couldn't play solo if you wanted to, and I don't know. It was a weird showcase.
Even when Crawler and I got done with the demo, like when that hour was up, we were like, I mean, I think it was fun because it's just so confusing and it's so chaotic, which I understand that's Strikers, but I don't know, for this being the demo and not really explaining it very well. I mean, yeah, there was the tutorial, but even the tutorial, there were so many things you had to do within a certain amount of time. Like, I don't know who 100%ed that.
Well, and the tutorial didn't prep you for a second person. Like,
yeah, that's true.
We're all playing by ourselves, and then they throw this wrench in there. That's like, oh yeah, you got to play with either a random or find a friend, and that's it. So I don't know.
Okay, wait. Nate is bringing this up again, Splatoon, because I mean, like Josh, you brought this up too, that there's so many buttons in Splatoon, and I really had to think about it because at first I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. Like it is chaotic, and you are pressing a lot of buttons. However, you aren't really doing any combos in Splatoon. There's a lot of combos that you have to pull off, and like precision in Strikers. With Splatoon, I mean, sure, there's like accuracy and gyro control, but you're really hitting the trigger button. You're hitting your special button. Y is to like reset the camera. There's not really a lot that you have to do at one time, if that makes sense. Like you're not pressing multiple buttons at the same time.
Yeah, Strikers takes the same kind of approach that Aces did, where it almost turns a sports game into a fighting game.
This is a fighting game. It's just drop kicking people all over the place. There's a distinct advantage if you can take them out. If you can put somebody down on the field hard, they're sitting there for a while.
Right.
And then there's a clear opening on the field that you can do something with either just your regular shot, or if the hyperstrike stuff comes out, then you can guarantee 2 points almost, because you're just sitting there without anybody to kind of contest with you.
So to this point then, because we're just basing this off of having to play 2v2s, when you can jump in and go 1v1s, does this game become more fun for you when you're actually passing to yourself the whole time? Like,
potentially, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it becomes
so.
less chaotic.
Suck.
Say that again.
I only want to rely on myself.
Do we need to get the camera up here? Hang on. Go ahead, Johnny.
My teammates suck. Get good at the game.
So when you're playing by yourself, your teammates suck?
No. I'm the best strikers player.
Of course, obviously.
In the world. I was
Never
just hindered by my teammates the whole time.
In the Johnny world, but not on like planet Earth, right?
In my house?
In your own, yeah. There you go.
On my block, probably too. Maybe not. I don't know. Somebody might be playing.
Let's go ahead, Cheesy.
I'm just saying, like, I think it's going to be fun. It's weird to feel so hesitant about it. Like it's another sports game, and it seems lacking in some areas. And I think it's disappointing too, because it's a Strikers name where you think, oh, we haven't had a Strikers game in 14 years. Like they're really going to do something with it if they're bringing it back. And it just doesn't feel that way. The animation is really what is selling the game. I think the personalities are there. I honestly wish that Next Level Games was behind the Mario movie. Like if they had any kind of involvement in the Mario movie, I think that would be rad. That probably isn't happening, but I've never seen the Mario characters act so alive.
Except for in Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. That honestly looks like you're watching a movie sometimes.
Right. While playing it, when Luigi's teeth are chattering and he's looking around all scared, yep. Like it was such great immersion,
Yep.
Which, I mean, like Crawler said, I wanted to watch these cutscenes as well, like watching the different things that they did. It's so creative. It's so Nintendo. Like there is a ton of good here. There's a ton of good. But I think really it's like we talked about at the beginning. It's how long is the goodwill going to last? Where we're buying $60 games that should be half the price, because it's like we're literally just buying a multiplayer game. Whereas we live in a day and age where a lot of multiplayer games are free, and then you pay for a battle pass.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
true. This could be a free to play game with a battle pass. Easily.
Yeah, it would be Nintendo's Rocket League.
Yeah, and I mean that the biggest thing with that is it forces them to keep engagement up, because as long as it incentivizes it, as long as engagement is up, then purchases continue, and they're maybe less likely to quickly abandon a game, because I don't see golf getting any kind of update anytime soon.
No, I think they said they were done.
Yeah, and the fact that game just felt so devoid of Mushroom Kingdom was disheartening. At least there's a little bit of Mushroom Kingdom built into this, but it was missing in golf.
But it was never in the previous games, other than the special maps in Toadstool's Tour or World Tour.
Yeah.
That's how it's always been. Like it stuck to its original mold, right? Which is why it wasn't jarring to me at all, because I'm just like, yeah, this is how golf has always been. It's like you kind of see some Mario trees, but you're playing on a green level, you're playing on a sand level, you're playing like that's just Mario Golf until World Tour, where then it was like oh, now we're playing with
and
booster pads,
DK barrels, and
we're using, we're using power-ups and stuff, like, but it wasn't even that. I'd hardly touch that stuff till way later in the game because of how much there was to do beforehand, just playing through and leveling up my character and getting all the costumes and
the Callaway stuff.
Yep.
And
yeah. So chat is talking about like the meta from Strikers Charged, and how apparently you could just pick a team of all boos or whatever, and you could score from anywhere. And so, I think we will, like, again, my gut feeling is that the gear is going to be like Splatoon, and it's not going to play the Splatoon gear does play some of what of a role, right? I wouldn't have gone for perfect gear if it didn't, but it's not like you feel like, it's not like you feel over like OP when you perfect out your gear. It's still everybody's still competing at a relatively balanced playing field. And I think that's how this game's going to be. I think there will be a meta, and there may be some people that are super good, just like in Mario Kart. If you use the meta, you can essentially snake and put yourself way ahead of the pack. Mm-hmm. But so, there may be some things there. But again, Nintendo's been so fast to react. I mean, think about Bowser Jr. in Aces. They nerfed him into the ground, like in the first update. Like, I think it took like less than 2 weeks or something, and the update was out. Like, it was fast. The special characters in that, when Boo came out in Aces, like, mm-hmm. I can't remember if he got a nerf or not, but like, they're on it. They're on it. And so we'll see. I think they'll be fun to be had. I don't know that it'll last super long. Kind of what we talked about all along. So we just spent 51 minutes talking just about this game, which is pretty freaking cool, honestly. But we do need to mention the Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, which, Crawler, you did go hands-on with. The demo is now available, like we said at the beginning of the show. And
progress carries over, so if you want to start it now.
Yes, progress carries over. I haven't had a chance to download it yet because I was having 2 crowns replaced today. So I spent 4 hours in the dentist office. So forgive me for not trying it yet. But what did you think? I know there was a tutorial and stuff like that. You also said this game was made for me. Why is that?
There's a way you can streamline the tutorials and not have to read as much.
Yeah, but then you're gonna forget. You're not gonna know how to do anything once you get out of tutorials.
Hey,
you press X and Y. I mean, there is. Blocking.
I mean, it's one. Musu games are just one button, right?
Was there blocking in Hyrule Warriors?
It's been so long since I played it.
Because there's a block and a dodge in this one. There was an option for character permadeath, so it's taking. I think Nintendo has done a good job with their Musou games, and we saw it in Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, and finding a way to take aspects of the series that they're adapting to a Musou game and bringing elements of that game into it. So having permadeath, that is a feature in Fire Emblem games, if you want it to be. If you wanted it to be as of recently, then they're adding that in, which is a unique kind of thing.
Can you make babies?
I'm not sure. And it looks like, for the brief little bit that I played before we went live, it looks like you're fighting against the Byleth that you know from the game. And
so who are you? Are you like a new character?
You're what appears to be a new character. You could name yourself, and it had a name pre-typed in there, so I just went with that. So I don't know.
Because I think the protagonist from Three Houses, or like is his name Dimitri?
There's 3. Yeah, there's like what
Eldegard,
Eldegard, and
I think it's Dimitri.
Yeah. It's been a while
Johnny
since
Bo,
I played.
if it's not.
But then
I name all my characters Johnny Bo.
But then you get to select
everybody.
You get to select your Byleth that you want to fight, either male or female Byleth, and you can be a male or female character as well.
Are they as hot as the Pokemon trainers in Scarlet?
The other fish that's involved.
So here's what I'm going to say. If this Warriors game is on par with the last Hyrule Warriors game, do not sleep on this.
Mm-hmm.
How are the frames? How are the frames?
It seemed to be holding up okay.
I mean, could we tell how the frames were in the demo of Age of Calamity? I don't think that was really an issue until like we actually got into the meat of the game.
Well, I mean, and whenever you put 500 something people on screen, you're gonna
yeah.
Is there co-op in this one?
I don't know. I'd have to pull
Age
up
of
the
Calamity.
page.
What were you doing? Did you pay attention to the game at all?
I played
it like 5 minutes before live, and it was they kill off your character pretty much so you can be resurrected.
Whoa!
It's in the very little first thing. I've only played like 5 minutes. I'm not spoiling anything. What is it called?
Three Hopes.
Three Hopes.
Three Hopes.
I'm looking it up.
Now, I know nothing about Three Houses, so I'm probably going to skip out on Three Hopes, but I agree with Josh. Like Age of Calamity, even though it had frame rate issues, my fiance and we had a blast playing that game.
Wait, you played split screen?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the frame rate issues came from, because I don't remember having frame rate issues.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can you play that game online? Co-op?
I don't believe so.
No.
Oh.
Number of players, single system 1 to 2 in this game in in Three Hopes.
Okay.
So locally you can play.
Quick shout out to KToby3 for the resub. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
13.4 gigs, Johnny, for you to download.
Just for the demo?
No, the game.
The demo's probably like Well, I'm doing it now. I'm downloading it now.
I don't know. I found a window in which the Nintendo website wasn't crashed, and I told it to download while I was at work, and I came home and it was already there. So I don't know how big it was.
Welcome to the future.
I'm not so I always these Musu games, I always like I want to play them, so I always buy them. But then I play them for like an hour, and I'm like, oh, this is boring. This is the same button over and over and over and over again.
Did you find that to be the case with Age of Calamity?
Yes.
Calamity I got further in than I think
I think Calamity. But I felt like I was forcing myself to do it just so I could experience some of the story. And but it was the same thing. It was just, hitting the same button over and over and over again, going to the strongholds, taking the strongholds. That was pretty much it. That's the game right there.
I'm not disagreeing, but for some reason Calamity pulled me in. Age of Calamity really pulled me in. Like,
you actually beat it, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, all the way through it.
That's a rare Josh seal of approval there.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that today. I mentioned to somebody else that I beat Doom. I think it was Servant and Nate that I beat Doom 2016 on Nightmare, and Servant goes, "I don't believe you."
You did do that at like 4:00 in the morning streams.
I would get up
like
at 4 a.m.
Weeks.
Yep, get up at 4 a.m. It was Doom and coffee. It was like, so, like, what else do you need?
And you played it on the mud system of Switch, like.
Yep. Even though I had it on my Xbox One, sitting right here next to me, I was like, "Here we go, here we go." I mean, that's how I've been enjoying Doom Eternal. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Oh, do you see Doom Eternal's getting a physical release on the Switch?
Well, it has to, otherwise it won't fit anywhere.
No, it was digital only.
It's digital.
Oh, was it digital only? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Limited Run get that or what?
I'm not sure.
Who's got who's the lucky one that gets to fit that onto the game cart, you know? So anyway, that being said, I would say check out this demo for sure. Yes, you are going to run into that wall of just hitting the same button over and over again. But if you got permadeath, you got some other things, you got powers and that kind of stuff, like that's what set the characters really helped set apart Age of Calamity for me, plus the story. Knowing it was tied to Breath of the Wild.
The abilities were unique.
Yeah, it just made it more fun. I remember as I was getting to the end, I'm like, I don't know how much more I can do. Right. But then it was worth it. Although I will say the story at the end of Age of Calamity, I was like, I am so confused right now. Like that was not what I was expecting. Yeah. And then when the DLC came out and I was like, is there not more story? But I think there is. I need to check it out at some point too. So we'll see. But
before we end, I think we should discuss what's going on with the direct, or when we think it's going to happen, or if it's going to happen. Because I think a lot of people were expecting some news today or yesterday, because we all were expecting the 14th. So it would have been a week out for them to give us a notice and for people to change their plans and schedules. And we haven't seen anything yet.
When is it, Johnny? You're never wrong.
I don't know. I'm skeptical right now. A lot of companies aren't doing E3 presentations. Like Sony had their, third party.
That was a Capcom thing.
Yeah, it was a Capcom State of Play, but like Sony, they didn't announce like their own.
Which will be coming soon because Ragnarok probably is.
I mean, it has to. Like, I still think it's coming Tuesday. I mean, Nintendo's been like announcing directs
3 days out,
a day or two before. And now that E3 isn't technically a thing, they probably don't think they have to announce it in advance, that far in advance. Jeff Keighley's just going to say it's part of Summer's Game Fest, so...
Well, that's tomorrow, right? Or is that?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Summer Game Fest is tomorrow.
I don't know. I mean, I've been saying it for, back in probably January or February. I don't remember when I said it, but just that they don't need to have a direct. I think they will have a direct, because if they weren't going to have one, they would have said something just to lower expectations and just to, get the word out. But this direct is just going to be like, is it just going to be games in 2023? I mean, wasn't that the problem they have with State of Play?
Well, I mean, are we getting a Zelda title this year? Are we getting an update on Metroid, or is Bayonetta actually happening? Is
Rabbids?
Ubisoft needs to tell us something.
Shredder's Revenge.
Silksong might be present on Sunday. I mean, I don't know if they have any.
Imagine if they do Xbox exclusive. Whew.
I got Game Pass.
There's a rumor that we might see Silksong tomorrow, but we'll see.
Where are you seeing that?
Game Fest.
Oh, Game Fest.
Crawler's like,
we're not seeing Pokemon.
What did you say? What did you say? Silksong?
No. He said Silksong.
Oh, Silksong. Oh no, we're not seeing that. No way.
Yeah,
Jeff Keighley said to temper your expectations. There's no way we're getting Silksong.
Oh, he did? I haven't even seen it. He's been tweeting.
But he did say that it's mostly information on announced games, so there's not gonna be like a lot of new stuff shown. Silksong is announced.
Look, yeah. I love Jeff, but there's been Elden Ring was the only thing that he's shown us that was like cool, right? That was an exclusive.
Yeah,
everything else
he's selling advertisements is what he's selling.
Sure,
in a fancy way.
I mean, get that bag, baby. I'm all about it. But like, I have never had expectations very high with anything tied to
world premiere.
Well, and he might even have more Elden Ring tomorrow because
there has to be DLC.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, yeah.
There you go. I don't know what Nintendo's doing as far as like I'm pretty sure last year was June. It looks like June 15th, 2021. So, but
don't
are
have
they
a fall game?
Splatoon. Splatoon, I guess, is summer, but
Splatoon Pokemon, but like, yeah,
Pokemon's not really Nintendo. They do their own thing though,
for sure.
But
it's going to be in the top 10.
It's in the top 10.
It's going to be probably number 1. I can see that one outselling.
I mean,
I'm not taking that bet.
Do we think
it's going to be top? It's going to be above Sword and Shield for sure.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I think it's potentially the 14th or the 21st at this point. I'm moving it back a week in case there's something. Xbox is having an expanded thing on Tuesday. Are we gonna see GoldenEye on Sunday? Because Josh and I did a mini, and we talked about that. There's
achievements leaked
achievements.
There's a potential show the Switch logo anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and I had a revelation while we were podcasting last night. I have my gold Wii Pro controller. I would buy a physical copy of GoldenEye if it had a gold Pro controller bundled with it, and Nintendo gets hardware sales, and I would do it.
Your expectations are way too high already, so you gotta lower them.
For me,
we're in a weird era right now. Like, there's a rumor that God of War is getting delayed. So, like, we're just in this weird no game releasing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
era.
that grows.
Strikers is coming out, selling 10 million copies. You heard it here first.
I mean, the Ragnarok rumor probably grows every day that they don't have a announced release date, because it's been shown this year that Starfield can't hit their date. That what else was moved this year?
There's Redfall.
Breath
of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah. I mean, nobody's been able to hit their major title release date, and Ragnarok
Halo's
is kind of
baked. I mean, it hasn't released yet.
True. I mean, and PlayStation hasn't. I mean, the two big titles that they had come out this year were both delayed from last year, because wasn't Gran Turismo and Forbidden West, weren't those supposed to be 20,
they got pushed out
titles?
Out of there.
Yeah, so I mean, nothing really hits its mark anymore. So that's why I think the 3-month hype cycle should be the thing anyway. But if we are to get a Nintendo Direct, I mean, I think Twilight Princess and Wind Waker could be something, because we've gotten a Zelda title every year, right? And at some fashion.
Yep.
Zelda 36.
Yeah, they did such a poor job last year that they got to make it up to us.
I would love a Direct.
All we got was the Game & Watch, right? Like, that was it. And this is Mario Kart's year, right?
Skyward Sword
35.
Yeah, Skyward Sword. Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Mario Kart 30, right?
Where are the new tracks?
Hey, we had maintenance on Mario Kart yesterday or Monday. So,
there you go.
Speaking of, because we recorded a brand new show called Mod Chat. You guys will find it on your favorite podcast player and on YouTube. And it was literally just me and the mods talking about what we'd like to dip our fries in. And what do you put on hot dogs? It was really quite fun, honestly.
Ketchup only. So,
I would love a Direct.
Out. Like, no. Are you one of those? I put ketchup on my ketchup.
Let Cheesy talk. Cheesy's trying to get his thought out.
Well, now you're under fire, so I do want to hear it.
No, classic ketchup. That's all you need on a hot dog, fries. That's all you need.
Okay, so anyway,
I can't talk about food at all, so I'll stay quiet.
Yeah, eat your dry hamburger in the corner.
That might be in the After Dark. I think we need to learn more about Crawler and food.
Oh,
what's going on there? No, I was just saying I would love a direct. If we don't get one, I am okay with it. I'm getting Splatoon 3 this year, and we get Splatoon news like every other day. It's been magical. So like I'm good.
What's with the furry heads of the Octoling?
The mammalians are coming back.
Evolution, baby. I'm honestly thinking that direct is going to happen in August.
Wow.
When was the last one? February?
Yeah,
I believe so.
That's a long time.
Was the last true one an Indie World, or was it?
The Indie World was like what 2 weeks ago, which was kind of lackluster, unfortunately. But I mean, with the delays that we've had, if they are trying to put something out, like this E3 technically should have been all Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild gets delayed. So if they don't have some kind of, if they don't have something, and they've shuffled stuff, right? Was it Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got moved up? Splatoon is now, and even looking at the orders today, like the special edition, they were expecting it to be. So I am kind of expecting there to be something big that maybe was supposed to be the January game for next year that gets pushed, but they got to make sure that it's gonna all work out before they can announce it. So my gut feeling is that we don't see anything from Nintendo for a couple months because of this was Breath of the Wild 2's E3. That's the way I kind of look at it.
I mean, they can still do it. They can still do Breath of the Wild 2.
I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to tell us more about that game until they can.
They don't want to tell us
tell
us the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I mean, hopefully, like I would love to see Minish Cap get a remake if that's something they've been working on, or maybe they could do some kind of Zelda collection like
seasons. I mean, there's Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages from Capcom. That
maybe a new Mario game. It's been so long.
I mean, the big thing that they could do would also be Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy. How long has it been since we talked about that? But like that emulator has been, I mean, rumored to be out there. So update the Nintendo Switch Online, make it continue to add to it to add value, because I'm sure they saw a potential uptick in subscriptions that were activated with the Mario Kart stuff, and get more 64 titles sizzle reel going. I bought Wave Race on my Wii U, so I'm sure that's coming here pretty soon. Get 1080, get some of the other stuff out there.
I love what Cryptic's putting down in the chat right now. Says they delayed Breath of the Wild the same amount of times, and they still had things to show. Mario Team. Isn't Pikmin 4 in the works? Mother 3? Yes.
Mother 3 is always in the works, right?
Right, yeah. But I mean, where this year seems strange, they pulled Advance Wars, right? So that's still just sitting in limbo.
But that's not due
I saw something pop up
the game
for
not
that.
being done.
That it might come out this month.
But what I'm getting at, there's a lot of shuffling happening right now. And they've also given us a ton of games. We know so many of the games that are already planned to come out. So like, they don't really need to do anything. I hope they do. I would love to be. I would love if there's a tweet tomorrow morning when I wake up that says tune in for our direct on June 15th, and we're like, haha, Josh is an idiot. Perfect. I'm down. Like, but. I don't know. It just seems like it's almost like when Animal Crossing didn't show up at E3 and then it got delayed, and all of a sudden that E3 was a little bit thin, right? It was the main focus was Luigi's Mansion, Link's Awakening, and Pokemon. And Animal Crossing. I remember when I got there and the Animal Crossing wasn't on the lanyard, and I was just like, no. So,
and it probably, this is messed up to say, but it was probably a good thing it got delayed.
For real. No joke.
I mean, Yeah, it has it now. It's the second best-selling game on Switch.
Yeah. I take a quick side note. I just realized, Crawler, your shirt is Star Wars vector game. Stay on target. Like,
yep.
That is. Oh wait, it's just the. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, I see the whole thing. I thought it was that the OG Atari game, and I was like, I need that shirt in my life. That is going to.
I think I got it at Target. It was third-party seller at Target, but
okay, perfect. Good to know. Quick side note here. So, Cryptic saying Xenoblade and Splatoon are big games, so they have stuff coming. I totally believe that. I believe that there's going to be a monster title somewhere either before or right after Pokemon.
Well, October is probably Bayonetta. I don't know. I mean, that just seems like that would be. You think it's getting delayed?
We haven't seen anything from Bayonetta for a long time.
I mean, we saw what, a CG trailer at the end of E3 last year. Was that when it was, or was that the later direct?
Was that Game Awards?
Been the later.
Was that like 2015?
I mean, what's Retro up to? Like, maybe we need a new Metroid 4.
Well, yeah, where's
logo.
Metroid? Where's Metroid 4 logo? Why Metroid Dread, you jerks?
Cryptic typing that out. Like, Xenoblade and Splatoon are huge. Plus Pokemon. We don't need any games, but there's stuff that's in the chamber that. Where is it? Where's the update on it? Like, Prime Trilogy, like that is their that's a done game that could just be put out. Like, it's got to be. I don't know. There's more out there, but like, because and because Xenoblade and Splatoon are huge games, but they're also niche games. Like, Splatoon has the potential to explode.
Xenoblade's super niche.
Yeah, but Splatoon has been niche, and it has the potential to grow. This, what's the sales number on Splatoon? Is it 15? Out of the top 10?
Yeah. Well, no, it's 11 because of Ring Fit Adventure, but 15 mil is pretty good for its second game.
Yeah, and Splatoon 3 is gonna have whatever less than 15 mil, so it's still gonna be more.
I think you guys settled on Bikini Pix at 20 million.
No, that was
Switch Sports. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have my attention.
and I mean,
they can show more Switch Sports content too. Like,
well, yeah, we're supposed to be getting golf in fall.
Maybe Mario Party DLC. They have a lot of stuff they can show.
This conversation now just has me determine that we're just greedy people. We're just greedy.
Hey, you used restraint right there. You didn't have to hit your beat button.
It's a kid show, you know.
Yeah.
A kid show.
Like I said, I got Splatoon. I'm good.
I have Strikers.
Until it gets delayed.
I don't know. I don't even know if I have Xenoblade because I couldn't buy it today. You know.
I
got Pokemon, so I'm good.
I mean, Pokemon is going to be good. Pokemon has the potential to. You need to play both games, or we're going to be able to play all at the same time. Like, we don't know what the gimmick built into having two different professors and future and past and all that's going to bring. And phallic-shaped riding Pokemon, you know.
I needed to be.
Cannot be unseen. Cannot be unseen.
Phallic is just a word, Josh. It's just a word.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the Nintendo Powercast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in live. Thank you for listening after the fact. Remember, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/N64Josh.
Go follow our socials.
Go follow all of the socials. We totally forgot to do that. Tell us now, where can you guys be found?
You think people are still around?
Hour and 20 minutes in.
All right. I'm CheesyC64 on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, but Instagram.
Okay.
I get everything.
Johnny?
I'm Johnny Ebo everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Farmers Only.
I'm N64Josh everywhere. Follow me.
Wait. Hey, it's Crawler coming at you, and this is Crawler without the R, without the
no.
E.
At least get it right. Come on,
Nightcrawler 724. Crawler without the E.
There you go.
I'm gonna start streaming eventually.
Cheesy's getting married. Everybody wish Cheesy a happy marriage.
Yeah, we're gonna go early. So we went early a day this week because I'm going out of town. We're gonna go early next week on Wednesday as well because Cheesy's got wedding stuff coming up.
I think it might be the week after that, but I will double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
don't know when your wedding
is?
No.
Yeah. It's not next week because next week is only it's only the 8th.
So Crawler and I are talking about going to the Nintendo on the road thing on the 23rd. So we wanted to do like the 22nd. I also will have guests over here on the 23rd. So like we were gonna do that in the afternoon. So yeah, 2 weeks from now.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Yep.
Bye.
Wait, I gotta play the outro, not just end. Hang on.
Yeah. Come on, podcasting.
Oh, come on.
Follow John Ebo.